how to insert the records in the table. Still now we practice with the existing tables which is present in our that is HR schema. Today we are going to see how to create a table and how to insert the values in the tables. To create a table, we should know DDL. In DDL, there are totally 5: create, alter, rename, drop, and truncate. So these under DDL. And before DDL, we should see the data types. What are the data types that will be accepting in our SQL? So whenever we are creating a table, for example, if we have a 3-column means we should mention what will be the input for that column. If the first column is serial number means the input should be of numeric values, and second column is name means it will be of characters. So we will be defining that in when we are creating the table itself in that time. So the system will easily understand, and whenever we insert the value, it automatically map the value to that column. So the data types are number. If we use numeric value, it will be coming under number and char and var2. Either we can use char or var2. I will say the difference of both. And next is date. If we use any date column, we can go for date data type. Next is long. If we use any paragraph type data like 2 or 4 lines of data, we can go for long. Next is glob. Glob means character large object. The character large object, and next one is blob. Blob is a binary large object. Glob and blob is a binary large object. This will be used for media files. If we have any column of media files like music, either music or PDF, whatever may be. If we want to insert that file in our table means we can use this glob and blob as a data type. And each and every data type has a memory allocations also. The number will have of 38 bytes. Character will have 2000 bytes. That is the maximum space that can be occupied. And next is varchar. Varchar of 4000 bytes it can accept. Date, there is no any memory allocation. Usually the date format of DD, month, and year. Either year in 2 character or 4 character. Either it can accept both the things. Either the year can be in 2 character or it can be on 4 characters. So as we wish. And next long. So long can accept up to 2 GB of data. And blob of 4 GB. So a single file can be of 4 GB. And blob also 4 GB. So this is the maximum size each and every the memory allocation for each and every data type. Up to this can be accepted. For if we are inserting any character and it is lesser than 2000 means we can go for char. And if you are using character and it is more than 2000 character means we can go for varchar. And another main difference also is that I will explain while giving example. And next one is DDL. In DDL, we already saw there are 5: create, alter, rename, drop, and truncate. This is for creating a table. DDL function, data definition language. The data definition language is for creating a table. If we want to insert any value or update any value, then we want to know of DML, data manipulation language. In data manipulation language, there are 4: insert, update, delete, and merge. So DDL is for outer structure of a table, and DML is for inner structure, that is input data. We can able to insert or update, delete, or merge. And next one is TCL. that is transaction control language. In transaction control language, there are three. Commit. Commit means like saving the data. Next one, rollback. Rollback is like undo. That is control is it. Like if we done any mistake, if you want to go back to the previous step, you can roll back it. And last is save point. You can able to save some particular point and you can roll back to that saved point. That is a save point. I will be explain clearly while we see the example. First, we can create a table. So how to create it? As syntax for creating a table is create table and table name. Here we can take table name as sample. So create table, table name, and bracket. What are the columns we are going to have in our table? I am just taking three columns. Serial number, like serial number, name, and salary. These are the columns I'm going to have. And also, while creating a table for column names, we can't have any space or dot or something else. Only thing we can have is underscore. So apart from this, if you give any space or dot, it will show an error. So be careful on it. And after giving the column names, we want to declare the data types. What will be the input for that column, for the specific column? For example, if it's a serial number means, then it should be of data type what we are also. So for serial number, it will be of number. So I'm just giving this as number. And next, name neither can be on char or varchar. We can use both the thing. Here I'm just using varchar. Mostly we'll be using varchar 2 only. Varchar 2. And salary column data type will be of number. And afterwards, we should mention how long the data should be. Like if the name means the maximum size of the name, what will be? We want to mention the size of that column also. For example, I am just mentioning here as 30. So without that also, it won't run. But for numeric values alone, there is some there is no any restrictions to mention. So without giving the value also, it will like I am just giving here value. So for salary, I'm mentioning the length, but for serial number, I didn't mention. So for numeric data type, there is no any restrictions to mention the length. But for char or varchar, we should mention the size of that column. So without that, it won't run. It will show some error. So try while you are practicing. Already the name system. Okay, see here now the table is created. So already another before the table was there. So just taken as a sample one. So now the table is created. Now we can insert a value. To insert a value, we want to go for DML commands. That is insert into table name. Here our table name is sample one, and next column name. Column name is serial number, comma name. We want to map it, so that I am just mentioning. Next salary, values, and the values what we are going to. So serial number 101, name, just giving us test, and salary. So after giving this, if we run select and run this, the values will be inserted. One row inserted. While inserting the values, if we are inserting for all the columns, in our example we have three columns and we are going to insert three values, means we no need to map this also. We can give directly, like insert into table name, values, and what are the values we are going to insert. So 2 and test. So I just inserted a value. Now it was accepting. But if there are three columns and we are just inserting only two values, so just changing this as 3. I don't need now, as of now, I no need to insert a salary for this third entry. Means I am the, if I in our table I am having a 3 column, but I am just inserting a values for 2 columns, means it won't accept. So some error, that is not enough value, because there are 3 columns. I am just inserting only 2 values, so that, and it was showing not enough value error. So at that scenario, we want to mention the column name, that is of mapping. We want to map it. So the values, what like here I am just giving values for serial number and name, so I want to mention that column name alone. So if you are inserting for all the columns, means you name, you no need to mention the name and all. But whenever we are inserting for particular column, means we want to mention the column name and we want to insert it. So I'm just inserting for serial number and name, so I'm just mention the name of that column and afterwards the values. So now the row is inserted. So we can view our table, that is select star from sample one. So if we run this, what the values what we have already inserted, we can able to see. And next, if I want to add another column, so I forgot to add a phone number to this column, means if I want to add this, we can go for alter statement. So if I want to do any changes in our body, that is outer structure of our table, then we can go with alter table. So alter table name. Just a minute. That is only. Please check your internet connection. What was the error coming? Hello. Is there anyone having connection issue? Whether,
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
okay. The two of guys are having a connection issue. I think so. Okay. Okay. Shall we start? And they'll connect. So if we want to alter a table means like alter table name. So table name here is sample. So sample one, and next thing we want to add, and we want to add info channel. Alter table name, and we want to
Sir.
add. Hello.
எஸ் ஒரு டவுட் ஒன்று.
Yeah, சொல்லுங்க.
103 நம்ம இன்சர்ட் பண்ணுறோம்ல, அது வந்து நம்மளுக்கு டேபிளில் டிஸ்ப்ளே ஆகுது. பட் 101, 102 வந்து கொரியிலே தெரியலையே. அது நான் நோட் பண்ணலன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். சரியா? அது ஒரு டைம் சொல்றீங்களா அப்படின்னு?
கொரியிலேயே இல்லை, நம்ம அதே ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட்லேயே நான் எடிட் பண்ணி தான் இன்சர்ட் பண்ணேன். ஸோ அதனால அதுலேயே உங்களுக்கு இதாகலை. ஒன்ஸ் நம்ம இதில் இருக்கணுன்றது இல்லை. நாங்கள் இப்போ இதை ரிமூவ் பண்ணிட்டோம்னாலும் பிரச்சனை. இப்போ லாஸ்ட்டாக நான் இன்சர்ட் பண்ணது 103, அதனால 103 உங்களுக்கு இங்கே இருக்கு. ஓகே, நான் இதே ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட்டை எடிட் பண்ணி நான் இன்சர்ட் பண்ணனால அந்த ரெண்டு முன்னாடி பண்ணது எதுவும் இல்லை.
மறுபடியும் ரன் பண்ணா அது போயிடுன்னு சொல்றீங்களா? 101, 102 இருக்காதுங்களா?
ஒன்ஸ் நம்ம இன்சர்ட் பண்ணிட்டாலே போதும். இப்போ இங்க நான் வேணும்னா நான் இதே 104ன்னு சேஞ்ச் பண்ணி நான் இன்சர்ட் பண்ணிக்கலாம்ன்றேன்.
அது ஓகே சார். எனக்கு 101, 102 நீங்க ஆட் பண்றீங்களா? இப்போ நான் எடிட் பண்ண இப்போ 101ல வந்து நான் 11,000 மாத்தணும். எப்படி மாத்துறது?
இல்ல 101ல
சேலரி வந்து 12,000 இருக்கு இல்லையா? அப்போ
ஆமா,
அது நான் 11,000 சேஞ்ச்
அதை
பண்ணா
நான்
என்ன பண்றது?
சொல்றேன். அப்டேட் ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட் இருக்கு, நான் சொல்றேன். அவசரப்படாதீங்க, அது முடிச்சுட்டு சொல்றேன். Okay. Then if we want to alter, that is if you want to add any column in our table means you can go for alter statement. So alter table name, add the column which we want to add. So I'm just adding a phone number. So phone number and the data type of that column. So that will be of number. So now the table is altered. If I go and see in our table means the phone number column is added now. So before we don't have any phone number column. Now the phone number is added. And if I want to update the value, so there is no any phone number for this rows. So if I want to add this value, then we can go for update statement. So update is coming in, it's DML. So if I want to alter any value, like who asked now the name of the person, how to update the salary? யார் கேட்டா salary update எப்படி பண்ணனும்?
நான் தான் சார் கேட்டேன்.
Okay, so to update a salary or to update some of the values, so we can go for update statement. That is update table name, that is sample one, set. Either if you want to update a salary, so set salary, or if you now I am going to update the phone number column. So if I want to update the phone number, set phone number, that is our column name, phone number equal to the thing, and var class is must in our update statement. So var number equal to 101. So I'm just running this statement. Valid identifier. Updates sample set phone number equal
instead of
to
serial number you have mentioned number.
okay, the column, yeah, now the one row is updated. So if I go and see in our table, the phone number is updated for that particular 101 value. Before itself I said the var class is must in our update statement. So if I don't give this var class means what will happen? So I'm just running without this var class. So the value will be updated for all the rows. So the number of rows what we have in the values will be updated in all the rows in our table. So, and it will alter if we have any older values also. For example, if I inserted a value for 101 and again I am running another update statement, and in that update statement I didn't use any var class, means the same value will be updated for all the rows in our tables. So whenever we're using update statement, be careful and check once whether we have used var class correctly or not. So if we done mistake, it will update in all the rows in our table. So if we done any mistake like this, we can able to roll back. That is just roll back, run a rollback statement. If I run this rollback, so the statement process and before statement will be rolled back. Before we done an update statement, so all the update statement will be rolled back and the phone number will be became empty before. So like this, it will be rolled back. So if I done a mistake, we can able to roll back. But if we want to roll back, we should not be done a commit. So commit is like saving. So if we want to insert if I insert a value and if I run this commit keyword, once we run the commit, we can't able to roll back. So if before confirming it, so once we confirm to save, that means we can't able to roll back. That's that thing. And next one, if I want to rename this table, so these are all if I want to rename this table, means rename sample 1 to our table, to which name we want to rename it. So I'm just renaming as M. So these are all employees details. So I'm just renaming as sample to M. So I'm just renamed it. So if I go and see in our select statement, that is select star from sample 1, the table will not be there because we renamed it. So now the table, all those details will be saved in the another name, select star from M1. So the same data will be saved in another name. So if we want to rename the table, we can use the rename keyword. And next is delete statement. Delete from that is our table name M1. And in delete also var class is must. If we don't give var class, then all the data will be removed. Serial number equal to 103. I'm just removing the last record. So delete from table name where serial number equal to 103. So that row will be deleted. The same thing if I don't give this var class in our delete statement, all the rows will be removed. So 2 rows deleted and no data will be remain in our table. So var class is must for update and delete statement. And if I done by mistake, means we can able to roll back also the delete statement. So the statement processed. If I go and see in our table, the data will be retrieved. So from this we can to do the operation from the first. So if we done this mistake, but you should not commit that value. For example, I'm just deleting 103. So one row is deleted and I am just running the commit statement. Commit means once the data will be saved permanently. So the data are moved to permanent storage. So now the data are saved. If I run rollback, the rollback statement will show the statement processed, but whenever we see in our table, the data will not be retrieved. So once if we give commit, we can't able to roll back. So before giving commit also ensure that you done all the things correctly. So after that give commit. And also there is a option of auto commit in this checkbox. So whenever you start working, just uncheck this checkbox, because if it's if it auto check means whenever you are running the statement, all the statements will be automatically saved. So be careful on that also. And next thing is truncate. Truncate is also to remove data from our table. That is truncate table table name. The table name is M. So it will also remove all the data from our table. Truncate table name, table truncated, and this will remove all the data from our table. But one difference between truncate and delete is, if we do delete without var class, it will remove all the data from our table. Same thing will be done in the truncate. So truncate also will remove all the data, but we can't able to roll back it. It's auto commit one. So the delete is a manual commit. If we do the delete, and if it's a mistake one, we can able to roll back it. But if we truncate the table, we can't able to roll back. And next is of drop table. So while truncate also there is a table, so we can't, the table structure is remains same. To see the structure of a table, DSC table and table name. So table name is M1. Describe table name. So describe means it just could not be found. Okay, just leave it this statement here. If I do truncate, the table structure will be remain same, and it will show no data found because it just remove the data, and the table structure remains the same. If I want to remove whole the table also, means the structure of a table also means we can drop the table. Drop table name, that is M1. It will remove whole table from our workspace. So the table is dropped. If I run this select statement, that is select star from M1 means table of view does not exist. Because when we drop the table, the whole structure of the table also will be dropped, and including if the table contain any data also, the whole thing will be lost. And one thing here we want to notice is the DML commands. So DML, insert, update, delete, and merge. These all are manual commit, and DDL commands are auto commit. So if we done any DML and we want to run this commit only, it will be saved to permanent storage, or else it will be, the data will be lost, the data loss will be there. But when come for DDL command, it's auto commit. So once we done, it automatically committed. And so if why it's auto commit one, we can't able to roll back also. Automatically all the data will be saved, so we can't able to roll back it. Okay, I'll show that one. I'm just creating the same table. So the creating table is comes under DDL command, and I am just doing some DML command, that is insert one. So I'm just inserting, one row is inserted, and I'll show in our table also. So the table is created and 104 value is inserted, but I am not running any commit here. I am just closing this command that is our session appropriately. I'm just logging out, and again I am logging in the session. So select star from sample one. See here, it was coming no data found because the table is remain same, but the values what we inserted in our sample table is missed. Okay, once if we do any insert statement or update statement or delete statement, we want to commit it, or else the thing what we modify will not be stored for our permanent storage, and it will be on the temporary storage, and the thing what we done will be erased. So once we done this DML command, we want to run the commit to move those things to a permanent storage. But for DDL, we no need to do that. It automatically do that saving functions automatically. And once we done so that only we can't do rollback in our DDL commands. So we can't do any rollback. So if we drop the table, it was dropped. We can't able to roll back it. But while come for insert, so we can able to roll back things, or not for insert, for DML command. So all those DML commands can be rolled back, and for DDL commands cannot be rolled back. Okay, and the thing here is merge and save point we didn't see. That both the things will be seen by next class, okay, by tomorrow. So I think some of persons are having connection issues, so that is somewhat different from all those things. So this is a simple one, and like merge and save point alone was something different from apart from all this concept. So you'll be seeing that by tomorrow. And one thing I want to mention here is difference between char and varchar too. So here I just used varchar, so I just remove that. So you see here I just use here as varchar 2. So why didn't I mention the char means, if I mention this as a char, so char of 30, the size is a predefined one. So if I mention this size, that is char 30, and I'm just inserting a name where we can have as Hari. So the Hari is of 4 characters, and the size I mentioned here is 30. So if whenever I creating a table, I just mentioning this size as 30, and the value which I inserted, the size of the name is 4. The remaining character is of 26. The 26 will be remains as empty space when we use this char. Okay, whenever if we use this char means the size is fixed one. So initially we just initializing the size is 30, and I am just inserting a value of only of 4 characters. So remaining 26 characters will be remains as a blank space. Okay, but when we use this varchar, this problem will not be occur, and the remaining empty space will be I just initialize as 30, and I'm just using a 4 characters alone. The remaining 26 characters will be reused for next row or next column. So like this we can able to reuse it, but when it comes for char, we can't reuse it. The memory utilization will be high when we use of char, because the empty spaces will be occupied. So when we use char, but when we use varchar, there will not be empty spaces. So as much as the rows need, it will occupy, and the remaining space will be reused for next row or next column. So that we are just using varchar. So mostly you'll be using varchar. And another thing, the varchar will allow numeric values also. So if we any need of inserting numeric values, the varchar column will accept numeric values, and char will not accept any numeric values, strictly of characters alone. That is another difference between char and varchar. Okay,